Beloved ones, take a deep breath with me. Inhale peace, exhale doubt. The universe is not random. You are not here by accident. You have been chosen not just to exist, but to thrive. Yes, you, God's chosen one, are standing on the edge of a divine financial breakthrough. And it is no coincidence you found these words today. They are your confirmation. Let those words sink into your heart, not just as a phrase, but as a truth you carry deep within your soul. You see, there is something different about you. You have felt it your entire life. Maybe you couldn't quite explain it. Maybe others didn't understand it. But somewhere deep down, you always knew you were meant for more. Not because you're better than anyone else, but because your path is unique, your calling is divine, and your spirit carries light that cannot be dimmed. You have walked through valleys that would have broken others. You have been through storms where no one stood beside you. People may have misjudged you, left you, ignored your pain, or even used your love against you. And yet, here you are, still standing, still breathing, still holding on to hope. That is not weakness, that is divine resilience. It is the evidence that you are not forgotten, you are chosen. Or have wondered, why me? Why do I carry so much weight? Why do I feel so deeply? The answer is not to shame you, but to remind you, because you have the heart for it. Because God placed something rare and powerful inside you, a strength wrapped in tenderness, a warrior's will wrapped in a gentle soul. And though the world may not always understand that, heaven does. The universe recognizes your spirit, and everything you've endured has not been in vain. It's been part of the sacred preparation for what is about to come. Being chosen doesn't mean an easy life. It often means walking roads that are lonely, facing trials others don't see, and trusting when nothing makes sense. But the path you've walked has stretched you, sharpened you, and taught you how to listen not just with your ears, but with your spirit. That intuition you have, that inner voice, that knowing that rises up in the silence, that's divine guidance. That's how you've survived so much. Even when your mind was tired, your spirit always whispered, keep going. And now something is shifting. Something is opening. You've come too far to go back. The same God that carried you through the hidden battles is now preparing to honor you publicly. The seeds you planted in the dark are about to bloom in the light. You may not see the full picture yet, but trust that it is coming together in ways far greater than you imagined. This isn't just about money or success. It's about wholeness. It's about stepping into a life that feels aligned, free, and full. It's about walking with peace in your heart and power in your steps. It's about knowing that you no longer have to force anything. What is meant for you is already finding you. What once ran from you will now run toward you, not because you chased it, but because you aligned with it. You are not forgotten. The universe remembers every tear, every silent prayer, every time you chose love when it was hard, and now the return is beginning. Doors will open that you didn't even knock on. Favor will find you in rooms you never entered. Your name will be spoken in spaces your feet have not yet touched. Why? Because you're chosen. Chosen ones are often hidden for a season, not because they're not worthy, but because they're being protected. You were not being delayed, you were being developed. And now, as you rise, you'll notice that the things that once broke you can no longer reach you. The triggers that used to shake you no longer hold power. You're not the same person. You've evolved, matured, and expanded. So release the need to question your worth. Release the need to explain yourself to people who were never meant to understand you. This next chapter is not about convincing. It's about becoming. It's about stepping boldly into what you were always meant to be. And know this, you're not alone. Every time you cried out in the dark, you were heard. Every time you questioned your path, you were gently guided. Every setback was a setup. Every rejection was a redirection. And every delay was divine. So now, breathe deeply, stand tall, walk in your power. You are chosen, not forgotten. And everything you've dreamed of, every vision, every goal, every breakthrough is already on its way to you. Your time is not coming, it's here. Prosperity is your birthright, not something you have to earn, chase, or prove yourself worthy of. It is yours simply because you exist, simply because you were created by a divine source that knows only abundance, never lack. Look around at nature. The trees don't struggle to grow, the sun doesn't beg to shine, and the oceans don't worry if they'll rise again tomorrow. Everything in the natural world flows with ease, with purpose, and with perfect timing. And so should you. There is a quiet lie many of us have been taught, that struggle is noble, that suffering is spiritual, and that only certain people are allowed to be wealthy. But that is not the truth of your soul. The truth is, the universe is unlimited, and so is the wealth that flows through it. There is no shortage of blessings, only a shortage of belief. If you've been made to feel guilty for desiring more peace, more comfort, more money, understand this. Your desire is not greed. It is a signal from your spirit reminding you that you were meant to live fully, not just survive. You are not created for scraps. You are not designed to beg for what already belongs to you. Prosperity is not a reward. It is your inheritance. It doesn't ask if you're good enough. It doesn't measure your worth by your past mistakes or compare you to anyone else. It simply asks you to receive, to remember who you are, and align with the truth that abundance is already flowing toward you. But for many, that receiving is blocked, not because you are flawed, but because you've been conditioned to believe that wealth is wrong, or that you're not deserving of it. Think of all the ways you are taught to shrink, to settle, to sacrifice, to silence your needs. Think of how often you were praised for giving everything away, but never taught how to receive. That stops now. There is nothing selfish about having enough. In fact, when you are thriving, you are able to give from a place of overflow, not depletion. You bless others not by being empty, but by being full, full of joy, full of confidence, full of peace, full of resources that allow you to support, uplift, and inspire those around you. When you claim your prosperity, you are not taking from anyone. You are simply tapping into an endless well. The universe is not a pie, it's a river, and that river never runs dry. The more you allow into your life, the more you make room for miracles. The more you say yes to your blessings, the more others are reminded they can do the same. So today, let yourself believe. Let yourself dream. Let yourself open up to the idea that money can come easily, that opportunities can appear suddenly, and that you are already enough to receive it. You don't have to wait for permission. You don't have to prove yourself to anyone. You don't have to be perfect, just willing. Willing to shift your thoughts, willing to release old stories of struggle. Willing to believe that you are supported, guided, and chosen for abundance. Every time you speak a kind word to yourself, you step closer to your prosperity. Every time you say, I am worthy, you unlock another level of freedom. Every time you trust that life is working for you, not against you, you invite more good into your world. Prosperity isn't just about money, though money's part of it. It's about living without fear. It's about waking up without worry. going to sleep with peace and knowing that all your needs are met. It's about feeling safe in your body, supported in your choices, and connected to a divine flow that never runs out. And when the doubts creep in, as they sometimes will, remind yourself, I am not chasing wealth, I am aligning with it. Let that be your mantra. Let it be your reminder that you don't have to hustle to be whole, that rest can be productive, that ease is allowed, that joy is not something you postpone for later, but something you begin to live now. There is so much waiting for you. Opportunities you haven't yet seen, people you haven't yet met, resources you haven't yet touched. But they are coming. They are already on their way. The only thing you must do is stay open, stay grateful, stay aligned. Your mind is the magnet. Whatever you hold in thought, you begin to attract. This isn't a poetic idea or a feel-good slogan. It is a universal law. Just as gravity holds the earth in place, the power of your thoughts pulls experiences, people, and circumstances toward you. Most of us go through life unaware of this magnet working within us. We think, we worry, we hope, we fear. And all the while, the mind is drawing in more of what matches our strongest beliefs. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are and what you consistently think about. If your mind is filled with doubt, you attract more reasons to doubt. If your thoughts are anchored in peace, peace becomes your reality. The outer world is only a mirror reflecting what the inner world believes to be true. This is why it is so important to guard your thoughts with care. What are you saying to yourself when no one is listening? What are you imagining when you think of your future? Are your thoughts filled with hope or worry? Are they empowering or self-defeating? These thoughts are not just passing ideas, they are instructions. They are blueprints, shaping the reality you are stepping into. It's not about pretending that everything is perfect. It's about choosing the direction of your mind. You have the power to shift the magnet at any moment. The thoughts you repeatedly dwell on become the dominant frequency your life aligns with. And just like tuning a radio, you cannot receive a station you're not tuned into. You must match the frequency of the life you want. If you desire abundance, your thoughts must reflect abundance. Speak it, visualize it, believe it. If you desire love, let your mind focus on love. Give it, think it, radiate it. If you seek healing, let your thoughts gently affirm wholeness. When your mind becomes clear, your life begins to follow. For too long, many of us have allowed the mind to be pulled in every direction by fear, by the opinions of others, by painful memories of the past. But your mind is not meant to be ruled by chaos. It is meant to be mastered with intention, and mastery begins with awareness. Pay attention to the stories you tell yourself. Are they keeping you small? Are they rooted in lack or limitation? Remember, the mind doesn't just store your beliefs, it multiplies them. If you say, nothing good ever happens to me, the mind begins to filter your life to prove that true. If you say, I am worthy of good things, your mind begins to spotlight the opportunities, people, and choices that support that belief. This is why affirmations are powerful. They're not magic words. They're declarations that redirect the magnet of the mind. When you say, I am enough, or I am open to blessings, you aren't ignoring your challenges. You are choosing to shift the energy. You are choosing to lead your mind instead of being led by it. It may take time to change the patterns. You've had certain thoughts for years. But the beautiful truth is this: no matter how long you've thought something, you can always choose a new thought today. And every time you choose love over fear, belief over doubt, hope over despair, you realign the magnet. Start small. Begin your day with one powerful thought. Today, I attract peace. Or today, I allow prosperity to flow into my life. Let your mind settle on that thought. Let it take root. Repeat it throughout the day, especially when old habits try to pull you back. Over time, these new thoughts become your new normal. You are never stuck. Your reality can change, but it begins within you. Change your thoughts and you change your world. The mind is the master builder, the silent architect behind everything you see. You cannot think lack and live in abundance. You cannot think fear and live in freedom. But when you begin to think clearly, positively, and purposefully, the shift is inevitable. You don't have to figure everything out at once. Just begin by noticing your thoughts. Then begin to choose better ones. The rest will follow. Life listens to your energy, and your energy begins with your mind. So, hold your thoughts gently but firmly. Train them like you would a garden. Pull out the weeds, plant what you want to grow, water it daily, and soon you'll see the evidence of your inner work bloom all around you. Let go of guilt around wealth. You do not need to feel ashamed for wanting more. You do not need to justify your desire for a comfortable, abundant, and secure life. Wealth is not something to fear or reject. It is something to embrace with an open heart and a clear mind. It is a natural expression of the universe's abundance, and you are a worthy vessel to receive it. Many of us have been taught to associate wealth with greed, selfishness, or corruption. We've heard the messages, money is the root of all evil. Rich people are out of touch. If you have too much, others will go without. But those messages are not divine truths. They are beliefs passed down by those who themselves were conditioned to live in lack. Guilt is not your inheritance. Abundance is. You were not born to struggle endlessly. You were not placed on this earth to constantly worry about bills, to shrink your dreams to fit a limited budget, or to deny yourself joy in the name of being humble. True humility is not denying your blessings. It is recognizing them and using them wisely. There is nothing enlightened about being broke. There is nothing spiritual about living in fear of not having enough. The truth is, you cannot help others rise from a place of depletion. You cannot pour from an empty cup. When you allow yourself to be wealthy, not just financially, but emotionally and spiritually, you expand your ability to give, to support, and to uplift. Wealth is a tool. In the hands of someone with a loving heart, it becomes a force for healing. It feeds families, builds communities, educates children, and creates freedom. So why would you ever feel guilty for wanting to be the one who holds that tool with grace? You are not taking from others when you become abundant. You are aligning with the flow of life. The universe is infinite. Its blessings are not scarce. One person's gain is not another's loss, just as one candle lighting another does not lose its own flame. When you shine, others are inspired to shine too. When you allow yourself to prosper, you give silent permission for others to do the same. Don't let yourself off the hook for what you were taught. Maybe your family struggled. Maybe you were made to feel like wanting more was wrong. Maybe you witnessed people abuse power and confuse wealth with worth. But now you have the opportunity to write a new story, one where wealth and integrity can coexist. One where having more simply means being able to do more good in the world. Take a moment to examine your inner dialogue. When money comes your way, do you downplay it? Do you feel nervous about having more than others? Do you spend it quickly just to avoid the discomfort of holding on to it? These habits are not failures. They are signs of old guilt still lingering in the background. But guilt can be healed. Guilt can be released, and healing begins with acceptance. You are allowed to be rich. You are allowed to live in a beautiful home, take care of your body, and enjoy the pleasures of life. You are allowed to receive without explaining yourself. You are allowed to feel good about your success, your growth, and your evolving wealth. You are not required to suffer to prove you are a good person. You already are. That is, wealth does not change your soul, it reveals it. If you are generous now, you will be generous with more. If you are kind now, you will be kind with more. What matters is your intention, not the number in your bank account. So stop punishing yourself with guilt. Let that energy go. It has no place in the abundant life you are creating. Speak to yourself with love. Say, I am worthy of wealth. Say, it is safe for me to receive. Say, I can be wealthy and good. I can be rich and kind. I can be powerful and humble. Let these new beliefs take root in your spirit. Let them replace the old programming. Watch how your energy shifts when you no longer resist what is trying to come into your life. You were not put here to live in fear of abundance. You were not placed on this earth to apologize for your blessings. You were chosen to rise, to grow, and to be a light. And your wealth, when received with gratitude and used with love, will help you light the way for others. Your breakthrough has already begun. Even if you don't see it yet, even if the outer circumstances haven't changed, something within you has shifted. The moment you decided not to give up, the moment you chose to believe again, the moment you whispered hope into your own heart, that was the beginning. It didn't need a loud announcement. It didn't need fireworks. It only needed your willingness to rise again. You may still feel like you're in the middle of a storm. Life may be pressing on you from all sides, but breakthroughs rarely arrive with clarity first. They start in the unseen, in the quiet corners of your soul where resilience is growing, where faith is being restored, where your inner light is being reignited. You are not behind. You are not stuck. You are becoming. It's easy to overlook your own growth when you're focused on what hasn't arrived yet, but take a moment and reflect. You are no longer who you were a year ago, a month ago, or even yesterday. You've been through battles that would have broken others, and you're still here. You've felt pain, disappointment, and deep questions, but still, you continue. That strength alone is proof that something powerful is unfolding. Your breakthrough is not waiting for you in the distant future. It is already underway. Every tear you've cried has watered the soil. Every prayer you've spoken has planted a seed. Every act of kindness you've given without recognition, every decision to rise instead of retreat, these are signs. You've already started building the life that once felt impossible. Sometimes this shift is internal before it shows external. You begin to think differently, feel differently, respond differently. You say no to what once drained you. You let go of people who no longer reflect your truth. You dream again. That's not just healing. That's transformation. That's a doorway opening, even if you don't fully see what's on the other side yet. Don't rush the process. Trust it. The universe is never late, and it never withholds what is meant for you. Your breakthrough will match the vibration you are stepping into. So keep choosing faith over fear. Keep acting in alignment with who you are becoming. Every small step forward is building momentum. Every moment of courage is opening the path ahead. Release the belief that things must be perfect before you can feel whole. Your life doesn't have to look a certain way for you to be at peace. Peace is what invites the breakthrough, not the other way around. Begin to live as if what you desire is already finding its way to you, because it is. Begin to speak to yourself with the love and power of someone who knows they are walking into their season. And yes, Your season is coming. The time of struggle will not last forever. There are new doors preparing to open for you, unexpected blessings, divine connections, renewed energy. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. The universe has seen every sacrifice, every setback, every moment you chose light when darkness would have been easier. That kind of effort is never wasted. It is recorded in the fabric of your destiny. Even if it's taking longer than you imagined, don't let that shake your belief. Sometimes the delay is protection, sometimes it's preparation. What is yours cannot miss you, but you must be the version of yourself who's ready to receive it. And that's what's happening now. The inner work, the reflection, the healing, that is the foundation of the breakthrough you've been praying for. So breathe, lean in, let this be the season where you stop asking, when will it happen? And start affirming, it is already happening. Let this be the moment where you step into gratitude, not for what's coming, but for what's already begun. Speak life over your journey. Declare it. My breakthrough has started. Let that truth rise in your heart like a sunrise. Let it remind you that you are on sacred ground, even in the waiting. You are not lost. You are being guided. You are not broken. You are being rebuilt stronger than ever before. The days ahead hold so much beauty for you. Your best chapters haven't been written yet. There are blessings aligning behind the scenes. There are miracles forming in silence. All you need to do is continue. Continue believing, trusting, showing up with open hands and an open heart. Speak wealth into existence. With every word you say, you are shaping your reality. Your voice holds power not just in what it communicates to others, but in what it whispers to the universe. When you speak of lack, you attract more lack. When you speak of abundance, even before you see it, you awaken the energy of prosperity all around you. It starts with your thoughts. What you repeatedly say to yourself becomes your truth. If you constantly affirm, I never have enough, or money is hard to come by, you begin to live by those limitations. Your subconscious listens closely and adjusts your habits, decisions, and actions to match those beliefs. But the same is true in reverse. When you begin to speak positively and intentionally about wealth, you send a new signal into the universe. You open the gates. You invite money to find you. You don't need to wait for the perfect conditions to begin. You don't have to be debt-free or have a large savings account to speak like someone who is rich in possibility. You can begin now. Say, I am open to receive. Say, prosperity flows to me with ease. Say, every day I am becoming more aligned with wealth. Speak it not because it's already visible, but because you are planting the seed. Words of the beginning of creation. Wealth is not just money. It's a state of being. It is confidence. It is freedom. It is feeling safe, supported, and worthy. It's waking up knowing you can handle what life brings. It's trusting that more is always available. And the fastest way to invite that state into your life is to speak as if it's already yours. You've been given the gift of language for a reason. You can call things into your life. When you start your day with declarations of wealth, you train your mind to see new opportunities. You align your energy with success. The doors you once thought were closed begin to swing open because your belief changed. And belief, when repeated often enough, becomes knowing. Look around you right now. Everything you see, your phone, your home, your clothes, your job, once began as a thought. Someone spoke it into motion. Someone believed in it before it existed. That same creative force lives within you. You can use it to birth a new level of life, not by wishing, but by claiming, not by hoping, but by declaring. Say it out loud. I am wealthy in every way. Money supports me and serves my highest good. Opportunities flow to me from all directions. Let these affirmations become part of your daily rhythm. Speak them in the mirror. Speak them during quiet moments. Speak them when fear tries to creep in. Each time you do, you push back the walls of limitation. You stretch into a new dimension of power. There will be moments when doubt tries to challenge your declarations. That's okay. Say them anyway. This is not about pretending you don't have challenges. This is about choosing which voice you will listen to. Will you listen to the one that says, you'll always struggle, or the one that says, you are limitless? One voice keeps you stuck. The other moves you forward. Choose wisely. And speak with gratitude even for what has not yet arrived. Gratitude speeds up manifestation. When you thank the universe in advance, you show trust. You say, I know it's coming. And the universe loves a faithful heart. Say thank you for the money that is already on its way. Thank you for the financial freedom that is unfolding for me now. The more you give thanks, the more you receive. You are not just a passive observer in your life. You are a creator. Wealth is not something reserved for the few. It is a birthright for all who choose to align with it. And alignment begins with words. Bold, loving, fearless words. There is no shame in wanting more. There is no guilt in dreaming big. When you speak wealth into existence, you're not being greedy, you're being intentional. You are saying, I am ready to thrive, to rise, to bless others from a full and overflowing cup. There is nothing selfish about that. In fact, it's a gift to the world. So today, speak like someone who knows the power they carry. Declare that you are a magnet for wealth, that you are worthy of overflow, that abundance belongs to you. Let your voice break through the barriers of the past and call forth a future filled with blessings. Speak wealth into existence and watch how the universe answers.